This is my second Night Runners Beginner's Guide video, as the first one is now outdated due to new updates. I am currently playing on March the 3rd, 2024. The game is on version 0.9992. Let's just start. So the very first thing the game is going to ask you to do is put in your name. This cannot be changed later, so I would recommend making it a name that you will not regret or want to change, because you can't. Just going to put in my normal username and press enter. The game starts at 8 p.m. First thing you do is you get a call from your friend. And he sold all of his cars. I'm not going to go deep into the characters or exactly what happens, but the first thing you're going to do is walk up the stairs and go to the shoebox and take the money. You'll see that gives you, I'm not sure if that is always the 856,000 yen or if it can change. But after you pick it up, you will bring up your phone using up on the D-pad on an Xbox controller, and then you'll get a text saying to go to the computer and to go to the auction house. And so to bring the phone back down, you press up on the D-pad again, and you walk over to the auction house or the computer. You can skip those short little animations or camera movements. Let's go to the auction house. Now, the game is going to present you with 10 options for a starter car. You'll see that there's different mileages, manual or auto, and grades. And then there's also details in the bottom left of the card. And most of what these mean is the grade typically determines your engine's maximum health. So if you're using high performance parts, then your engine will die out quicker and you'll have to repair it. But if you get a higher grade, like this grade 4, you will be able to go longer without having to repair it. The other thing you'll see is auto or manual. And for that, the auto is generally not recommended. They are pretty slow. You can still use them, but you'll be much faster with a manual. And don't worry, you do not have to use the clutch when using a manual. It is a little bit faster to shift in this version of the game if you do use a clutch, but you can get by just fine without it. And that's how most people are doing it, is no clutch. Then you'll see the miles. The miles and the grade are typically very related. So if you'll see, like, this grade 4 has very low miles or kilometers. So this will be a healthier engine because of it. There's no one thing to look out for other than grade or mileage. The only other main difference you'll see is this is a 200 RS and this is a 180 RS. The 180 RS is a little bit lighter, but the 200 RS has a 6th gear. So the 200 RS will accelerate a little bit faster and give you a little bit more head start, I suppose, at the start of races. Versus the 180, you can get by just fine. Both cars are completely viable. Some people like to say the 180 RS has a little bit more torque, but I have not seen that proven, and I've compared the numbers. The numbers are exactly the same, so in general, I prefer the 200 RS because of the 6 gears, but like I said, the 200 RS is a little bit heavier because they are all sunroof models. So to begin with, I'm just going to go for this 200 RS. It is a little bit higher mileage. It is a lower grade. The grades go from all the way to 1 and then up to 5. It is very rare to see a grade 5. So if you do see one, make sure you buy it. This Sanis Lavisa or Nissan S13 is the only playable car in the game right now. You cannot use any other car, although you see the AI using them. So I'm going to pick this 200 RS and go from there. Once you select it, you can go through the different cameras and see if there's any modifications done, because some cars do come stock, or not stock, but from the auction house with modifications. This one does not. It will warn you that it has a manual transmission or an automatic transmission, and you cannot swap that out in the future. I'm going to buy this. Now let's leave the auction house. I just press B on the Xbox controller and it will confirm. One thing that I personally do not like is the FOV normally in this game. So I just go to the start menu, go to settings, go to the game, go down to walk FOV level, and I'm like to turn that up. You can turn it all the way up to 10. I'll leave it at 8 to 10. You can also change your shifting. Instead of normally shift up is B and shift down is X on Xbox controller. But you can change it to use the bumpers instead. You can also change the FOV level for when you're driving. I like to lower this a little bit because if you're driving very fast, it can be a little bit hard to look far ahead of you. The crash FX is another thing that I like to turn down a little bit because it can be too much if you do crash. The AI difficulty goes up to 4 and down to 0. Level 2 is the normal, and I find this to be just perfect. It fits all from low horsepower to high horsepower and all the opponents. Camera noise, I turn off just because I don't like added effects. You can leave it on if you'd like. I turn down screen shake too. Normally it is up to 10. I turn it down to at least 3. And for this, I turned all my audio down because in my last video it was very hard to hear me, so I hope it turns out better this time. Alright, now my FOV is a little bit better. Let's go down and look at our car. So this is a car we just bought from the auction house. You'll see it has 202 horsepower, is 1255 kilograms, and it has a value of just almost 1.1 million yen. Tells us our win-loss record with it, and you also see the engine light and the oil light. The oil light you can always change for free. You'll see in the bottom right it says to change oil. I'm going to press X and just change my oil because that is free and keeps your engine healthy. Now you'll see that the engine light is still orange. That is completely okay. That is because this car is a 2.5 grade and has 200,000 miles. Or 250,000 kilometers, sorry. And there's no fixing that. The only way to fix that is by buying a higher grade car or a lower mileage car. Similar, same thing. All that is your engine's max health. It does not affect your engine's performance until the icon is red. And when the icon is red, then you get the prompt to repair it. It will cost you anywhere from 50,000 to 600,000 yen, somewhere around there. But it will bring your engine health back up, and typically you don't need to worry about that unless you're using all prototype parts, which you'll see here in a bit. Now that I've told you about the engine light and your oil, the first thing we're going to do is head right outside. If you want to customize your car at all before you leave, I have other videos on how to do that, on how to lower your car or change your wheel fitment. Just go check out those videos. But to exit the garage, we just go to the blue arrow, or the blue circle, sorry, and exit garage. Shows you a little cool cutscene of you getting in your car and driving out. So, here, you'll be right outside your garage as soon as you leave it, and you're going to get a call. So your friend that gave you the money for the car has a debt, and now we are responsible to pay it back. And now you have to race using the car that you bought to pay back the debt. You'll see the debt go up in the top right. The debt cash is only for betting, and as soon as you repay it, you can, well, before I get ahead of myself, if you lose too many races in a row, your car will be taken, and that's not going to soft block you, as there will be another shoebox full of cash if you do lose too many races. So first things first, let's go to the parking area. The parking area is where you will see all of your racers that you can earn money against. I'm only going to leave this part in so you can follow my route to it, as you're going to be driving here very, very frequently from the garage. So just follow where I'm going, and yeah. The navigation in this game was kind of lackluster. If you are struggling with it, you can open the mini-map by pressing left on the D-pad, and you'll see it pops up in the bottom left there, showing our speed and our route. Like I said before, you can shift up pressing B. So when your car hits 7,500 RPM, you just press B, it shifts up, and then this car has 6 gears. So now I can't shift up anymore. This is my top speed. Typically, the blue lines in the sky there are your checkpoints in races, but this is just a objective, or sorry, not objective, but your waypoint. So this is the PA, or parking area, where all of your races will begin. You just drive up to this blue circle, drive into it, and press Y. This is G Company territory, which G Company is just the crew currently occupying the PA. In the demo or prologue of the game, there is only 2 crews you can race. There is the G Company, and then after you beat G Company, there is Endless Appeal. This is just telling you how to race other people. So initially, you're just going to see your car here. You're going to see Daisuke in his blue S15. You're going to see Haruto in his white Chaser, or a Mark II, or whatever you want to call it. There's multiple names, but yeah, these are the only 2 people that you will be able to race at the very start. And that's because if you bring up your phone using up on the D-pad, you will see your Tatsumi PA rep is at 0. And then the only way to get more rep is by racing other people. You will see that Daisuke here has 2,000 rep, and so he will be less difficult than Haruto over here, because he has less rep and less horsepower. As you earn rep, your more racers will unlock through the line here, and eventually down this side. Before I start a race with Daisuke here, I wanted to explain the betting cash and your debt. So you'll see in the top right, it says betting cash plus 5.2 million yen. And that number is essentially the number that we have to race other people with. So when I call Daisuke here, he's going to put up an offer of a certain amount of money, and whoever wins the race gets the money from it. And if you don't have enough money, then you can't race. That's what the betting cash is for, so that you don't soft lock yourself and run out of money and can't race anybody. As you lose races, sorry, that number will go down, and if as you win races, that number will go up because that is your betting cash. And the debt is somewhat separate from the betting cash because the debt will be subtracted from the money you gain from a race until the debt is paid off. But let's go ahead and race Daisuke here. We just go up with the phone up and call him. And you'll notice that everybody you try and call is a prick to you. So just know they can all go to hell. Except Daisuke, we love him. We're going to accept his offer. You have a limited amount of time to accept it. As you go up, as your rep goes up, and as you race different people, the amount that they are offering goes up. It goes up to, I believe, 1.4 million, or not 1.4, 1.04 million. So at that point, you will be getting 1 million every race, assuming you win. For some races, there is different rounds, I suppose to call it, because there's drag races where obviously there's 3 heats and best of 3 wins. So if you win 2, then you win. So when you're starting a race, you press the right stick down to flash your headlights, indicating you're ready. Wait for him to bring the flashlight. Flashes. Press the gas and you go. You're going to feel really slow at the start because your car is all stock. But Daisuke is even slower, so you should be able to win with ease, without any difficulty. Just know that the AI has a lot of trouble taking corners, so that is going to be your time to overtake if you are having troubles. And remember, there is an AI difficulty setting in the game settings, so just keep that in mind if the game ever gets difficult, because there are bosses that are very difficult in the game. Even if you have a very high horsepower car, they are going to be difficult. The boss races are also best of 5, so you have to win 3 very long races to win against the bosses. So you'll see the red pillar is the finish line, very similar to Midnight Club. Again, if you press left on the D-pad, you will bring up the map and it will show you exactly where to go. I will probably cut to finish now. So here we are at the finish. I just crossed it. There's a cool picture taken of your car at the end. Here we see Daisuke lining up and giving us our money. You will also see the multiplier in the top right going up. The multiplier increases the amount of rep and money you gain per race, the higher it is. It maxes out at 3 times, although it does not give you 3 times as much money as we'd like that to be the case. Here it tells you the time. Daisuke was very slow, like over a minute behind me. And then here is the breakdown of your money. You'll see that the bet was initially 330,000 yen, and with your debt repayment that your friend had taken at the beginning, you lost 250,000 yen because of that. But you also get a cut of the side bets. So in total, after the debt payments, we got 120,000 yen for that race. You will also see the race rep we got for that is 555, but we lost 126 of that because the crew strength, or the strength of G Company that they control the area, is at 30%. So we lost 126 of that, but we gained 0.5 times night rep. You can lower a crew strength by doing other activities on the map, which is toll booths and time trials. And if you set the records on those, then their strength will go down and you will get more rep for every race. Now sometimes after you finish a race, you will see Daisuke in this case, or whoever it is you are racing, call you and ask for a double or nothing race, exactly like this. Now he's gonna ask to race again. In this scenario, I'm gonna say no. If you do say no, though, you will lose a little bit of rep, which rep is not difficult to gain in this game. You just have to put in a little bit of time to get it. And then you'll see I got a message on the phone. So if I press up on the D-pad and look at the message, this is just fast travel back to the PA, or the parking area. So if I accept this, it takes away a little bit of my multiplier. And the higher your multiplier is, the higher the cost to go back to the PA is. The only two things you can do for fast travel is do that, which takes away your rep, or you can press pause and you can jump to the garage. The other thing that you can do is go to your map, and the map is kind of hard to navigate in this game. So we can see we're at the PA, which is right here. You can match that to the map because this intersection, I suppose you would call it, is directly in front of us on the satellite on the right side. And then there's all these question marks on the map. I believe the blue question marks are controlled by G Company. So this blue one here, which is a toll booth, I believe that may be a time trial, not entirely sure, but G Company has the best time on it. So that means that's giving into their crew strength for the area. You can press right or left on the D-pad to navigate between them. Say I want to go back to the garage the garage. I would just have to switch until I find it. Here is the South Kiba safe house. I'll just press X, or sorry, A on Xbox controller, and now it points me in that direction. If I open the mini map, you'll see it tells me exactly how to get there. Let's go back into the PA though. If you want to see videos on how to customize your car again, or upgrade it at all, I have other videos for that. I don't want to spend the time in this video to do it, as it will already be a little bit longer winded. So there you can see how much total we've earned in the PA and our win-loss record. So now that we've gained a little bit of rep, you can see now it's Daisuke, Haruto, and now this other S13, which is Sakura. And as you gain more rep and as you beat the AI, they will slowly get better too. As you get more horsepower in your car, their cars will get more horsepower, and as you beat them, their AI will do better. It scales to how many times you beat them. I believe that is it for the things I'd like to include in a beginner's guide. Again, for things like car customization, I have other videos. If you have any other questions or ideas I should make a video of, you can comment them or message me on Discord. And I will very likely respond with an answer, or I will just simply make a video out of it if enough people need it. So let me know.